TV 11 Sports presents
the Minnesota State Class A High School Boys Basketball Tournament, live from the St. Paul Civic Center. Brought to you by Northwestern Bell, the Minnesota Beef Council, KFGO Radio, Corwin Chrysler Plymouth Isuzu, Rax Restaurants, the Hawley Merchants, Dynamic Homes, Detroit Marine, Hardee's Restaurants, and Gateway Chevrolet.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the St. Paul Civic Center, site of the 75th Minnesota State Boys Basketball Tournament. Hello again, everybody. Perry Williams at the St. Paul Civic Center. We're getting ready for Class A semifinal action. If you missed it, we had quite a treat in store this afternoon with the Class AA semifinals. A couple of good ball games. First of all, in 5 overtimes, the Bengals from Blaine advanced to the championship game with a 62-56 victory over Moorhead. Then in the second game, unbeaten Bloomington Jefferson pulled away at the end over Duluth East 44-39. But as we mentioned, we're getting ready for semifinal action in Class A, so let's check in with the announcers for tonight's games. Bob Kurtz, Jim Gilliland, and Janet Carvenet.
And yes, Perry, this is the very same announcing crew that survived 5 overtimes here this afternoon. We're back for a couple of more games tonight. Jimmy and I did not have a chance to see the A teams last night. We were here at St. Paul with the AA. You, Janet, were at Williams Arena. You've seen these ball clubs. What happened out there?
I think the most outstanding thing we saw last night was Hawley. They are 25-0 and on a roll. You see they beat a very good Waseca team. Not really as close a game as the score indicated. Crosby-Ironton over Jackson as well. And Norman County West, and kind of an easy win over Roy Hart Lakes. And it was Minnesota Valley Lutheran in a real thriller against the very balanced Tracy Milroy team.
You got to look at the bracket board and you see how the A teams are advancing towards a showdown for the state championship. Well, one team, or at least the team they tell us is the team to beat, is Hawley. They come in with a record of 26-0, and they are featured in our first ball game here tonight, Jim.
Everybody says that they wish this is one of the years in the old way when A used to play AA for the championship, because Hawley is unbeaten. They've taken out a lot of AA schools this year, including Moorhead and Duluth East from the AA field. So Hawley's definitely the team to beat. Crosby-Ironton will have their hands full. And then in the second game, Minnesota Valley Lutheran going against Norman County West, the battle of the two big guys, Christensen and Bagalka. That should be a good one, too.
Lots more basketball coming your way tonight. Perry?
Okay, we'll look forward to that. Our first Class A semifinal game coming up will be Crosby-Ironton against unbeaten Hawley. We'll have that coming up next. From the St. Paul Civic Center, this is the 1987 Minnesota Boys Basketball Tournament.
This is a hamburger getting hard and dry because it's cooking on a flame that's too high. Well, at Hardee's, we cook our hamburgers at a lower temperature. And right now, you can taste the difference this can make in our juicy, succulent quarter-pound cheeseburger. Yours for only 99 cents. You'll see how the flavor didn't go up in smoke. Hardee's, we're out to win you over.
Pontiac. Selland understands your auto motives. At Selland Pontiac GMC, we believe the best way to serve you is with a knowledgeable, experienced staff. Our motive is to sell you a car that you want to buy, not a car that we must sell. No high-pressure sales. If your motive is superb engineering, fine detailing, and exciting drive, lease a Grand Am, Fiero, or Sunbird for less than $200 a month. We understand your auto motives.
For professional custom sign manufacturing, choose Haglund Sign Incorporated. They're a full-service shop with sales and maintenance, plus excellent design, crane and auger services, commercial art, banners, creative drawing, truck lettering, neon, show cards. Haglund Sign wants to be your sign company. They've been serving the area for over 40 years with unsurpassed quality. You'll see the difference when you call Haglund Sign Incorporated, 233-1268, South Moorhead.
Every diamond is rare, but even more rare is how this rough piece of stone, born from the earth, is reborn on a woman, a rare and lucky woman. During Wimmer's Fancy Diamond Days, save 25% on all fancy diamonds. Save on the ultimate adornment, a diamond, the symbol of enduring love. Diamonds so valuable, man has literally moved mountains to find them. So magical, a man can move a woman with one. Fancy Diamond Days at Wimmer's, March 25th through the 28th, when the sparkle of a diamond will only be compared to the look in her eyes.
National Geographic Specials on TV 11.
Back here at the St. Paul Civic Center, we have Crosby-Ironton, the Rangers, and the Hawley Nuggets. We've heard a lot about Hawley. What is it about the Nuggets that makes them so special?
They're so intense, and they're very disciplined. Coach Tom Critchley has an excellent offense, especially against the man-to-man, which Waseca played against them last night. That was just unstoppable. And they got an excellent effort from Steve Molstry and shot 72% from the first half, so tough to beat, Bob.
Okay, so let's meet the ball clubs. Here's PA announcer Dick Stanford.
Region 5A with a record of 21-5, the Crosby-Ironton Rangers. And the champions of Region 6A with a record of 26-0, the Hawley Nuggets. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's meet the starters. First for Crosby-Ironton at forward, a 6' 1" junior, number 30, Jim Christensen. At forward for Hawley, a 6' 4" senior, number 43, Joel Saline. At forward for the Rangers, 6' 3" senior, number 34, Wade Stengel. At forward for the Nuggets, 6' 3" senior, number 13, Randy Kragerud. At center for Crosby-Ironton, 6' 4" senior, number 42, Mike Gindor. At center for Hawley, 6' 4" senior, number 45, Stephen Molstry. At guard for the Rangers, 6' senior, number 20, Mike Nagorski. At guard for the Nuggets, a 6' senior, number 21, Todd Young. At guard for Crosby-Ironton, a 5' 11" senior, number 24, Brian Bordwell. At guard for Hawley, 5' 9" senior, number 11, David Noreen. Coaching the Rangers, Dave Galovich. And coaching the Nuggets, Tom Critchley. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we ask you to please stand and honor America as the Crosby-Ironton Band, under the direction of Terry Pilasinski, leads us in the singing of our national anthem.
Well, here we are, Civic Center, St. Paul, Minnesota, all set to go. Hawley Nuggets and the Crosby-Ironton Rangers. There are your lineups, and there are the records.
Two of Crosby-Ironton's losses came to Staples. They lost once by 20 and once by 21, and Hawley beat Staples by 2 in a region championship game, so
I think all the comparative matchups favor Hawley, but it's only one game, and if Crosby-Ironton can have their big game of the season, it's their chance to move on to the finals.
Well, the Nuggets bring a perfect 26-0 record into the ballgame. We get all set to jump. Mike Gindorf, number 42 in the white jersey, all set to go for Crosby-Ironton. And it is the Nuggets, though, that control. Randy Kragerud. Off for Todd Young. David Noreen. Off the hands of Kragerud, does a nice job to save it. Who does the ball belong to? It's still with Hawley. Inbounds pass comes to Moultrie. Moultrie gets him started, and Hawley has a 2-0 lead. Here now come the Rangers and Crosby-Ironton. Jim Christensen. Rangers passed the ball around pretty well. Nice save, but now it's the Nuggets in control with Todd Young. Number 21 bringing it up for Hawley. Moultrie back for Young. Kragerud.
Looks like Crosby-Ironton is playing some kind of a matchup zone.
Yeah, the point people are coming way out.
Kragerud. Randy Kragerud, who had 22 last night in the win over Waseca, gets his first bucket of the night, and Hawley has a 4-0 lead.
Well, he'll can the open jumper from just about anywhere.
Here come the Nuggets again. Kragerud, number 13, with the ball. Todd Young, back to Kragerud, back for Young again. David Noreen. In for Moultrie. Moultrie puts the shot up. He's fouled on the play. They called it 24, which would be Brian Bordwell looking up the foul, his first.
Foul on the Rangers, number 24, Brian Bordwell.
Little pass goes into Moultrie. Turnaround jumper and draws the foul.
Moultrie will go to the free throw line. He had 2 for 4 free throws last night, had 24 points in the 61 win over Waseca.
Crosby-Ironton has played pretty good defense the first 2 series. Kragerud hit a long jump shot, and the other play was a nice move in the lane by Moultrie. Hawley pressing in the zone trap, then they fall back into their zone.
Up and in by Wade Stengel. So Stengel gets the first bucket for Crosby-Ironton.
Wade Stengel finished very strong in the win last night over Jackson. And they had to struggle. Wade Wacker was an excellent player from Jackson who really pushed it to the wire.
That's Joel Saline. 7-2 now in favor of the Hawley Nuggets. Now here comes Kragerud again. And they're going to call a foul on Nagorski. Nagorski's first second team foul. Just looking real quickly at the scoring for both clubs last night. Crosby-Ironton got just 2 points from their Brent, and Hawley didn't get any. We'll talk more about that in just a moment, but right now we'll tell you this is the 1987 Minnesota State High School Basketball Tournament.
Hawley, Minnesota, and its business community join together in support of their high school team, the Hawley Golden Nuggets. 6-foot senior Todd Young is sponsored in part by Wall Drug of Hawley, wishing Todd and the whole team good luck at state. 6'3" senior Randy Kragerud is sponsored in part by Vegan Johnson Furniture of Hawley. Shop Vegan Johnson Furniture during their gigantic anniversary sale on now. 6-foot junior Mike Brenna is sponsored in part by First National Bank of Hawley. Congratulations, Nuggets, on a great basketball season. 6'4" senior Stephen Molstry is sponsored in part by the Fashion Gallery of Hawley, featuring fine fashions in junior, missy, women's larger sizes, plus petite and half sizes. 6'3" senior Dan Wamry is sponsored in part by Ron's Super Value of Hawley. Your #1 Nuggets. Keep up the good work.
Don't look now, but it's Royal Crown Cola Tournament Trivia Quiz time. They want to know what team scored the most points in one game in the tournament. We'll have the answer for you a little bit later on. Was it 120? Was it 163? Or was it more?
In an entire tournament.
Oh, that's for the whole
Games,
tournament,
yeah.
not just one game.
I'll give you a hint. I know Moorhead scored 109 in one game in 68.
Garvin had 110, I think, in one game.
All right. Joe Celine. 6'4". He's an excellent touch on the baseline. Really nice looking shot.
Rangers are having difficulty.
Looking at the pass from Noreen to Celine. It was contested, but he dropped it.
Back to the live action. Hawley has the ball, a 9-2 lead. Todd Young to the forecourt.
Well, a 10-second call.
Todd Young didn't get into the forecourt fast enough. And now the Ironton Rangers will take over.
They didn't really apply a lot of pressure around the ball, but they gave ground grudgingly, and Hawley didn't make it over the timeline in 10 seconds.
Ryan Bordwell, number 24 now for Crosby-Ironton. They work it inside, and Gindorf gets it down. Mike Gindorf, a 6'4" senior, his first bucket of the game.
Gindorf averaged about 10, but he came up with 20 points yesterday. Excellent ball game.
Molstry off for Noreen. Back now for Kragerud. Back for Noreen. As the unbeaten Nuggets go to work on offense. David Noreen. That's his first points. He had 8 last night. And a 7-point lead for the Hawley Nuggets.
Well, they tore apart the man-to-man defense last night, and they're not having too many problems with the zone tonight.
No problem that time as Wayne Stengel came down, so Stengel has his second basket.
That's the second time Crosby-Ironton has beaten the press down and gotten an easy bucket.
Here's Molstry taking it into the paint, dishing it off for Noreen, who drives baseline, scores, and it's fouled.
That's going to be a charge. Oh, I don't know if they'll count the basket. They did not.
They don't count any offensive foul. The basket doesn't count in high school.
Well, they can do it in high school and college. In the pros, it's a rule that if it's an offensive, if the ball is gone before the contact, you should call 2 points.
Gindorf.
Basket number 42, Mike Gindorf.
Todd Young in the backcourt. And a foul is called on Brian Bordwell. That'll be his second foul, third team foul against Crosby-Ironton. 11-8 in favor of Hawley. 3:07 to go here first quarter.
24, Brian Bordwell, second personal, 13 foul on Crosby-Ironton.
Todd Young off for Noreen. Molstry. I'm sorry, that's Celine. Joel Celine for his third basket of the game.
It's obvious that these guys have played together a while. They really know where each other are and move the ball well.
Nagorski, Mike Nagorski, who's the senior. Here's Christensen. Inside, and Christensen scores. Jim Christensen.
Excellent passing by Crosby-Ironton. They reversed that ball so quickly. Opened up the inside on the weak side.
Now the turnover.
Out of bounds to Hawley. 2 minutes, 10 seconds to go here, first quarter, 13-10 for Hawley.
You can see how upset Bordwell was. They had the turnover, let it slip away.
Gregerud back for Noreen. Out for Young. Watched by Bordwell.
They're still kind of inviting Noreen to shoot. If he can hit that shot, it would open things up.
Well, this matchup zone, they use a lot of the man-to-man principles in that they cover a man in their area. They're also following the cutters. You can see Gregerud running the baseline. He always has company.
Contact inside, taken away by Christensen. Off now for Nagorski. He has it taken away, but a foul is called, I believe, on David Noreen. Well, on Noreen is first team foul on Hawley.
Second personal, second team foul.
Back in for Bordwell. Nagorski. Rebound taken down by Kragerud. Off now for Noreen.
Crosby-Ironton's in this game without Nagorski really getting on track.
Bolstry missed it. And a foul is called underneath on Nagorski.
I think it's on Gindor.
Gindor?
Mike.
Pass on the Rangers, number 42, Mike
You're
Gindor.
always right, J.K.
Always
Well, you
right.
are right there. That's on Gindor. That's fourth team foul.
At the line for Hawley.
Crosby-Ironton is not trying to alter their style at all to play against Hawley's finesse game. They're just coming right back at him, doing a good job of it so far.
Bolstry misses the free throw.
Well, Mike Nagorski was a little bit slow in getting warmed up last night. He missed his first, I don't know, 8 shots or so. Quite a few anyway. And finished the night strong, though, with 25. He really found the shooting range. And they, of course, have to adjust and come back to a different arena today from Williams Arena. So maybe it does take them a little bit longer to get used to this floor.
1 minute, 5 seconds to go, first quarter. 14-10 for unbeaten Hawley. Young now to Kragerud. Back to Todd Young. This is Noreen. Finds Molstry, who puts it back out now to Noreen. The save goes to Young. Young drops it off to Kragerud. Molstry, shot is short, grabbed off by Stengel. Finally, a foul was called on Mike Nagorski. His second 15th foul on Crosby-Ironton.
Number 20, Mike Nagorski. That's his second personal, and that's the 15th foul on Crosby-Ironton. For Hawley, number 21, Todd Young at the line. He'll shoot 1 and 1.
Todd Young goes to the line. We're already into the bonus situation, so he has the 1 and 1. He averages just under 5 points a ball game. First point for Young tonight. He had 4 last night in the win over Waseca. They got all of their 64 points last night against Waseca from their starting 5. Here's Nagorski.
Nice pass.
And dropped through by Brian Bordwell.
Pass number 24, Brian Bordwell.
They stepped back over the line.
Just a few inches of his heel, but it was enough to be called.
No, the Rangers can cut it to 1 before we end the quarter. There's just 14 seconds to play here first quarter. That's Nagorski, watched by Young. Nagorski gets free in the paint, drops it through. First basket for Nagorski. Long shot and the buzzer. Oh, comes close. As Kragerud made a bid, but it comes up off the rim. And that is the end of the first quarter with a score. The Hawley Nuggets 15, the Crosby-Ironton Rangers 14. This is the 1987 Minnesota High School Basketball Tournament.
Country Furniture in Lake Park wants to give your home a stunning new look for spring with this rattan group. Sofa, $449. Love seat, only $399. And matching chair now just $299. Or how about this two-piece sectional from Stratford? Both ends have pop-up ottomans for the ultimate in comfort. Your choice of fabrics on sale for just $11.99. For fabulous savings in every department, visit Country Furniture in Lake Park. Open Sundays, noon till 6.
Country Furniture really wants your business.
When I hit the big 5-0, I figured, well, that's it, honey. Then I glanced in the mirror and I looked good. Besides, surrendering is not my style. So I treated myself to 2 weeks at Club Caramba. That's where I met Roger. He thinks I'm 38. He isn't dumb either. Oh, a little nearsighted, maybe, but sweet.
Rats, fast food with style. Maybe it's your style.
Now at 2 locations, just west of West Acres and the junction of Highways 10 and 75 East Moorhead.
KMSB Television has purchased the broadcast rights to the 1987 Minnesota State High School basketball tournament. They'll broadcast, rebroadcast, where the use of the pictures, descriptions, and account of this copyrighted telecast is permitted without the written authority of KMSB Television or the Minnesota State High School League. How about that? He's for Hawley, I think.
Hawley coach Tom Critchley says that one of their goals is that when they go home at the end of this tournament that everyone will know how to spell Hawley.
Where is Hawley?
Hawley is on Highway 10, close to Fargo-Moorhead area.
22 miles from Moorhead. Just past the sanitary landfill.
Shot was missed, taken off, and here come the Nuggets again. David Noreen.
I'm not trying to be discourteous. That's the way one of the citizens explained it to me.
Don't get me in trouble.
Well, it's really amazing what has happened at Hawley since the mid-70s. It was kind of the joke of the whole area. They had lost 42 games in a row. And when Tom Critchley took the job in 1979, he started with a 1-18 season and gradually built up to last year's last year's team where they only lost 1 game, and that was a region game. And this year's undefeated team, of course. It's taken 8 years.
But they're there now. Stengel missed the shot. They try and force it in. It doesn't go, and Todd Young for the Hawley Nuggets. Noreen. That's 4 points for David Noreen. A 3-point lead now for unbeaten Hawley. Pragerud, after Noreen made a heck of a play to keep it alive. Todd Young. Pragerud bounces back out. Nagorski rebounds. Off now to Stengel. Back now for Nagorski. Up the pass over to Brent Stengel. And a foul called on the play. And we'll take a timeout with 6:09 remaining here in the first half. This is the 1987 Minnesota State High School basketball tournament.
There's a timeout on the floor.
Detroit Marine, your 1987 Johnson Outboard dealer in Detroit Lakes and Fun in the Sun expert, announces its 14th annual boat show, April 3rd through 5th. Come join the fun.
On the mighty 790.
KFGO celebrates the spirit of the Valley every day. It's a vibrant spirit, a spirit of fun, a spirit of optimism, and you can hear it right here.
On the spirit of the Valley.
There's a new spirit in the Red River Valley, and we've got it 24 hours a day.
790 KFGO Fargo.
Welcome to the News 11 weather line.
Time, temperature, and forecast at your fingertips. For 35 cents per call, the News 11 weather line is at your service 24 hours a day. Just call 1-976-1234. News 11, working for you.
Wherever you are and whatever you're doing on the 5th of April, which is a Sunday, you will not want to miss the premiere of Married with Children. That'll be at 6 o'clock, followed by also the premiere of The Tracy Ullman Show. That is Sunday at 6:30, two of the newest comedy hits from the Fox Broadcasting Network coming up on Channel 9. Nagorski now for Crosby-Ironton. Nagorski takes the pass from Stengel. Got two Stengels in the ball game. Wade, number 34, and his brother Brent, 14.
Nice pass from Nagorski.
They got it into Gindorf, and the big guy gets it down. Gindorf has 6, and it's a one-point ball game again with Hawley still on top. Here come the Rangers again. Spins around a couple of times. Finally, Moultrie comes back and blocks the shot by Jim Christensen.
There's a good look at Moultrie, one of the 3 double-figure scorers on a Hawley starting 5.
Nagorski feeds it in. Gindorf again. 8 points for Mike Gindorf. He had 20 last night in Canada. And into the lead goes Crosby-Ironton. Picked off by Gindorf. Crosby bench is standing up as here come their fellow Rangers. Nagorski misses. Moultrie rebound. And Todd Young now for Hawley, clearing off for Randy Pragerud.
Now Gindorf is a big fella too. I'd like him on my football team. Like square shoulders.
Pragerud misses. Here come the Rangers again. Nagorski. Brett Stengel. And a foul is called. Who's it on? Pragerud?
That's Pragerud.
Well, Nagorski leading the break as he does so well. Excellent ball handler and really heck of a point guard. 6'1", averages 20 a game, but made an excellent pass to Brent Stengel. 2-shot foul.
So Brent, who had 2 points in the game last night, both from the free throw line, rolls around and drops it through. So it is a 19-17 game, a 2-point lead for Crosby-Ironton. Swish. It's a 3-point lead for the Rangers. So the unbeaten Nuggets finding a little more competition than maybe they bargained for, although Waseca gave them a great ball game last night at Williams Arena. At least by the final score, I would guess it was. You were there, Janet.
Really did. Waseca has only lost 2 on the season before losing last night and battled the entire way.
Moultrie.
They got to look for that move a little bit more. Hawley has been relying on the outside game of late and forgetting about Moultrie and Celine.
Moultrie is just so tough. You just cannot let him have the ball inside the paint. Once he gets it, you're in trouble.
Brent Stengel won't go. Rebound goes to Gindorf. And Gindorf is double figures with 10 points. Here's Moultrie.
Boy, Crosby-Ironton just flying around out there, really hustling to their spots. They get bent out of position, but somebody's always there to cover.
David Noreen. Give him time to get set up. He cans it. He's hit 3 shots, all of which have been from the outside. He has 6 points. Rangers by 1. Gindorf, basket won't count, though. He walked. Thou shalt not walk. And so the basket taken away. We have a timeout on the floor. 2:39 to go in the half. This is the 1987 Minnesota State High School Basketball Tournament.
Hawley, Minnesota, and its business community join together in support of their high school team, the Hawley Golden Nuggets. 5'9" senior David Noreen is sponsored in part by the Hawley Jack and Jill Food Center. Congratulations on a great winning season from all the staff at Jack and Jill. 6'6" junior John Erickson is sponsored in part by Zenas Bear, attorney at law. Good luck, Nuggets. You're #1 with us. 6'1" junior Dick Laisman is sponsored in part by Cook Hardware Incorporated of Hawley. Congratulations, Nuggets, on a fantastic basketball season. 6'5" junior Scott Mize is sponsored in part by Hanson Jewelry of Hawley, where you find the best service and lowest prices on all watch and clock repair. 6'3" senior Randy Kragerud is sponsored in part by the state agency of Hawley Incorporated, Hawley Realty. Good luck, Nuggets, on a winning season.
Well, she thinks the Nuggets are #1.
They're going to have to prove it to Crosby-Ironton. They've read the clippings, but they know the game is played in this 94-foot rectangle. I guess 94 feet long. How wide is it, Janet? I can't remember.
I do not even know.
I think it's 45, 46 feet. We'll check, though. Won't we, Jim? Girl, you brought it up.
I got our curiosity up.
Moultrie.
Basket to number 45, Stephen Moultrie.
They're trapping.
Larry Larson, instant information, 94 feet long, 50 feet wide. And getting it from the outside, Nagorski.
Basket to number 20, Mike Nagorski.
That, of course, is regulation 94 by 50. It can be played on a surface smaller than that. It is in some of the smaller gyms, I would imagine, around the state. Bombs away for Kragerud. Here come the Rangers again. They're up by 1, 24-23. Gindorf. He has a dozen.
Number 42, Mike Gindorf.
Moultrie spins in, runs into a lot of traffic, and a foul is called.
This time it's the Crosby-Ironton bench's turn to complain they want it traveling before the foul. There's Tom Critchley. Not used to being in the position of trailing.
Gindorf picked up the foul, his second.
Stephen Moultrie at the line for Hawley.
John Erickson is into the game for Hawley, one of their rare substitutions. Noreen with the 3 fouls. Sit the rest of the half out.
You bring up a point that I talked about this afternoon. Again, you got an unbeaten team. I have always felt it's always better to lose once. It makes them a little more coachable. You're not as interested. It doesn't seem, Janet, with the numbers as much.
Perhaps so, but one of the unique things I've seen from the Hawley team and the coaches, a little bit that I've been around them, they feel so I guess cheated about last year, being able to go undefeated and losing that heartbreaker to Wheaton in the region, knowing they should have been here or could have been here. And this year, I've just never seen a team with so much direction. But anything less than a state championship, this isn't going to be good enough. So with that kind of focus, I don't know if that unbeaten factor is going to really play a role.
Yeah. The point I was making, though, is you focus, as apparently Hawley is doing, on winning the championship rather than the 0 at the other end of the record. Championship is more important than, obviously, if you don't lose a game, you win the championship. But some unbeaten teams aren't used to close games. And dropping it in is Todd Young.
The bonus shot.
We paid tribute during the course of the tournament to a lot of teams that didn't get here, and Staples certainly must have been a great club. They beat Crosby, as you mentioned, Janet, twice by about 20, and only lost to Hawley by 2 in the finals of that region.
They lost quite a few players from last year's state runner-up team. Lynn Peterson has done an excellent job with the program at Staples.
Gorski again.
John Erickson rebounds, number 33. Off for Moultrie, who fires as the first half comes to an end. Crosby-Ironton will go to the locker room with a 28-25 lead at the half. This is the 1987 Minnesota State High School Basketball Tournament.
Olaf Harvey for Steenerson Lumber.
I don't know why people say building a house is so tough. All you have to do is make sure your first step is Steenerson. Private, their free help planning and estimating this job's a breeze. They got low prices on quality materials. And they can even put you in touch with Cracker Jack contractors. Not that I need that kind of thing, because I know all about this stuff. So you guys think this place needs another window or what?
Steenerson Lumber, your building project centers.
If you're in the market for a new car or truck, but you've been waiting for just the right reason, Gateway Chevrolet's got the best reason ever to do it now with low payments. Listen to this. You can drive a new Sprint for only $32 a week. That's $129 a month. Or how about an 87 Celebrity, just $44 a week? That's $179 a month. We got a lot more, so come see them all at Gateway Chevrolet, just off I-29 under the big American flag. And hurry!
And now some typical consumer reaction to an exciting Pizza Hut offer.
Yabba dabba doo. Yabba dabba doo.
That's right, it's Flintstone Kids glasses. Freddie, Betty, Wilma, and Barney. Just 49 cents with any Pizza Hut pizza. There's a different glass every week, so you can collect all 4 for your kids. What do you say to that?
Yabba dabba doo.
Flintstone Kids glasses, only at Pizza Hut.
Perry Williams back at the St. Paul Civic Center. We're at halftime of our first Class A matchup of this evening, semifinal, and Crosby-Ironton coming back with a 28-25 lead over unbeaten Hawley. Now let's go over to Janet Carvinen with a special guest.
Thank you, Perry. We're here with David Stead, the Associate Director from the Minnesota State High School League, one of the newest members of the league, and you were really assigned a big task in terms of getting a task force arranged and organized to examine some of the issues dealing with the high school league and eligibility. Tell us a little bit about that, Dave.
Well, Janet, the board of directors of the high school league every year wants to evaluate the programs that we have for students. And so about 18 months ago, we established a task force, and this year then began to cover the state with 16 different hearings to gather information from school people, parents, students, and all those folks that have kids in school districts.
Well, I guess whenever you have a regulatory agency or someone that has to set the rules, no one's always happy with everything that they hear, and then you always hear complaints in college about the NCAA. But I think I was lucky enough to be a member on that task force, and I enjoyed the hearings and hearing what people had to say. And I guess I'd like to commend the high school league for actually taking a look at some of the issues and you know, opening their ears to the concerns of the people. What were some of the things that you thought were overlying concerns out state of Minnesota?
Well, Janet, you're right. The high school league always has had an interest in student activities, and one of the things we've always tried to do is to reach out to the schools and the communities so that we can truly emulate the kinds of programs that they want us to have. The Representative Assembly, which is our legislative body, met today, and the board of directors has made 5 proposals which will change some of the rules if they're adopted. Rules regarding summertime, removing limitations from students and team participation in the summertime. A rule which would allow students, even during the school year, to participate on non-school teams. And then some restrictions as far as camps and clinics were concerned in those general areas, which really do address the present concerns of our member schools.
Well, it's hard to talk about those things until the final recommendations come out. But I think it will be really interesting to see what happens. Anything else you'd like to add about the task force?
No, I think your comment, Janet, about the high school league being a good organization. It's known nationwide as one of the most quality organizations around, and I'm very proud to be a member of the Minnesota State High School League.
We're glad to have you, too. Thanks for being with us, Dave.
Thank you.
All right, Dave said Minnesota State High School League, and we'll go back to Perry Williams.
Thanks, gang. We're at halftime here of our first Class A semifinal matchup. Crosby-Ironton in front by 3. This is the 1987 Minnesota State Boys Basketball Tournament.
Whatever happened to real food? You know the kind that just tastes real good. Go on a dinner I can't pronounce. I wanna order mine by the ounce. Whatever happened to real food? You know the kind that just tastes real good. Give me a steak and I won't be blue. I got a taste for some real food.
Beef, real food for real people.
At Rydell Chevrolet, we want to put on the best sale the last week of March. So during our annual spring cleanup sale through Monday, we've specially priced our entire inventory, over 350 to choose from, including 9 new Cavaliers priced at just $67.88, or 24 new S10 pickups priced at only $56.88 using your cash back. Special prices on the rest of the new Chevys, too, and save up to 40% on used cars and trucks during our annual spring cleanup sale through Monday at Rydell Chevrolet, your gold medal Chevy dealer.
On Tuesday, Taco Tuesday, I put it down to Taco John. Get 2 great tacos for 99 cents.
Now, I don't eat much, but on Taco Tuesday, I go to Taco John's. You get 2 great big tacos for only 99 cents. I kind of pig out.
On Taco Tuesday, I get up early to go to Taco John's for 2 succulent tacos for only 99 cents.
Dan Hammer here for News 11 Sports. Tim O'Keefe and I are in Detroit with the Fighting Sioux as they pursue the national championship. We'll bring you a special program with tournament highlights, plus features on the prestige that goes to each school in the Final Four, what the tournament means to the students, alumni, and the city, and the possibility that the top players may end up in the NHL by next week. Join us as News 11 Sports presents A Date in Detroit, Sunday night at 10:30 on TV 11.
Well, we're at halftime of our first Class A semifinal matchup of this evening. Crosby-Ironton jumping out to the 3-point lead over Hawley, 28-25. You know, we've seen a lot of the new teams appearing here at the 1987 Minnesota Boys Basketball Tournament. That includes the Jackson High School. Now, the Blue Jays have been in other tournaments, but this is their first for basketball. Let's take a closer look at the Blue Jays.
Jackson, a wholesome community nestled in the rich Des Moines River Valley, with dazzling sunsets, clean air, blue water lakes, where life's enjoyment is foremost in our minds, with beautiful countrysides, excellent recreational opportunities, located in southern Minnesota's richest agricultural land. What do you have? A bright ray in southern Minnesota. Located on Interstate 90, 165 miles southwest of Minneapolis and St. Paul, with its dozens of lakes and the fastest dirt track sprint car racing in the upper Midwest, Jackson is a recreational enthusiast's heaven. Jackson, a city on the move, is just that. The Jackson Valley Project, recently completed at a cost of $3.4 million, has created 2 separate shopping environments for the community of Jackson. From the fresh, contemporary look to the turn-of-the-century theme on Main Street. Industries also have found Jackson to be a great locality. World-renowned Ag Chem Corporation, Pioneer Hybrid, along with many other progressive businesses, have located in Jackson. No community is prouder of their educational system than Jackson. The Southwest Vocational Technical Institute provides students with up-to-date job entry skills, providing training in a variety of job areas. The school provides the students with the most up-to-date training and equipment. Jackson schools provide quality education at every level. This educational facility, constructed at a cost of $5.5 million, is located on a 53-acre complex. Utilizing the latest in technological innovation, students are provided the opportunity to excel to their fullest. School size provides for one-to-one instruction. Providing for a more personalized approach to education results in test scores well above the national average on academic achievement tests. The Media Center, offering the newest in materials and equipment, provides a relaxed setting for group or individual study activities. Quality athletics is a tradition at Jackson. For 9 straight years, Jackson's gymnastics team has represented Region 2A in the Minnesota State High School Tournament, winning the state championship 4 times. Jackson also won the Class B State Football Championship in 1985. The community of Jackson is proud of their educational institution. We would like to thank the Minnesota State High School League for sponsoring this tournament. May the values learned by our students in participating in this tournament always be remembered.
And it's been a great year for Jackson, but here we're getting ready for second half action in our first Class A semifinal game. Crosby-Ironton leads by 3. This is the 1987 Minnesota State Boys Basketball Tournament.
Get your tickets now for Golden Motion 5, featuring the American Gold Gymnastics teams, coming Sunday, March 29th at 3 p.m. in the Concordia Fieldhouse. Call 280-0400.
These days, a lot of long-distance companies offer volume discounts, if you're good at reading the fine print. Forms, fees, access codes, restrictions. Why bother when all you have to do is dial 1 plus the number? If it's in your Northwestern Bell zone, you could save up to 20% on long distance, automatically, day or night. All-time volume discounts from Northwestern Bell. No forms, no fees, no fooling.
To give a fresh new look to your floors, walls, and windows, see Kevin and Paul Goodnow at Moorhead Linoleum and Tile Company. They have a wide variety of carpets and vinyl floor coverings by Armstrong, Congolium, and Tarkett that look beautiful and provide exceptional performance. They also carry ceramic tile, hardwood flooring, window blinds, wall coverings, and quality Minnesota and Colony paints. Moorhead Linoleum and Tile Company, your exclusive Armstrong Carpet Studio in Fargo-Moorhead, the store where quality counts.
Dan Hammer, News 11 Sports.
Crosby-Ironton by 3 over the unbeaten Hawley Nuggets. What do the stats look like, Jim?
I think it's a good shooting game, so it's a good ball game. Both teams shooting well over 50%. The difference is the rebounding. Crosby-Ironton outboarding him more than 2-1, and Kragerud has just 2 points, the star shooter for the Hawley Nuggets.
So it should be a great second half. We'll be back with it in just a moment. This is the 1987 Minnesota High School Basketball Tournament. Or she is rooting for, but I would guess Hawley. I look at whoever holding her has a H on her cheek, so I would imagine that's a Hawley fan. They start him young. It's obviously a very important game because Mike Augustine is here from the St. Paul Pioneer Press. They only sent Augie to cover the biggies. And Nadell is here from the Associated Press. Press row is jammed, and
Augie's a little bit disconsolate. Springfield was nosed out in regional play. That's his hometown. They were here last year.
Springfield does not claim Augie, although Augie does claim Springfield. In any event, we are underway here. Second half, the unbeaten Nuggets down by 3. Always interesting to see how an unbeaten team reacts when they're trailing as you begin the second half of play. That is how Hawley reacts. They get the ball into Celine and they score.
Well, one thing they've decided to do is drop the full court pressure, at least here at the start of the third quarter. Concentrate more on getting in front of Gindorf in the half-court offense. Gindorf, 6 for 6 from the field in the first half.
That is Celine at one end, and right back comes Nagorski at the other.
That might have been a costly basket for Nagorski because he twisted something.
I think he did come down on an ankle hard. Nice drive to the basket. Recognizing that Hawley was in a man-to-man, he took it to the basket here. You can see in the middle. When he came down, you could just tell that he rolled it.
See if he can shake that off. That's going to be a big key.
Well, he's staying in the ballgame, so apparently it can't be bothering him that much, at least at the moment.
Maybe he didn't roll it as much. Maybe he got a knee in the calf or something. I don't know. It did look like he was holding his ankle. Yeah, it's still bothering him a little bit.
Ball still belongs to Hawley.
Well, it's hard to know if he's sprained an ankle before or Sometimes when it's minor, though, if you just continue to plan it, you can make it through the day.
That's Celine again.
Well, Celine has been so effective from the inside. 5 for 7 from the field. Good shooting.
Back to a 1-point differential, but right back comes Nagorski.
Oh, he looked pretty good on that move.
Well, we got the Celine Nagorski move, our show here so far in the second half.
Nagorski got that little lean where he makes space for himself by using his body, and he's a good player.
Moultrie scores and is fouled. That brings the Hawley bench up, waving the yellow towels.
Moultrie turn around to the baseline side.
First personal, first team foul of the half. Stephen Moultrie in behind, shooting 1.
And Moultrie cans it. Moultrie now with an even dozen. And we're tied at 32. Hook shot falls short by Wade Stengel.
There's one player that's been a little bit quiet tonight. 2 points from Randy Kriegerud. He averages over 18 points a game. Look for him to be hitting a few more jumpers here in the second half.
There he is.
Kriegerud, that's 4 for him. And the Nuggets go into the lead, 34-32. Nagorski. That's a dozen for him.
Really pulled up nicely.
Noreen pulls it back out, off for Young, back for Noreen, watched by Bordwell. Kriegerud. Stengel had the rebound ripped away, but they ruled a tie-up, and the possession will go in favor of Crosby-Ironton.
Tom Critchley wants that pressure back on full court.
This is Christensen. Kriegerud with the rebound for Hawley. There's it off now for Young. Young for Noreen. 5:14 to go, third quarter. All alone was Celine. He has 6 points here in the second half and 12 for the night. Nagorski against Young in the backcourt. Nagorski draws the foul.
That's 4 on Noreen. Young is obviously a good athlete. They want him to shadow Nagorski, make him work the whole way up the floor, but Nagorski looks like he's up to the challenge. He's just a very good-looking guard.
Well, did a nice job on the reverse dribble to come over and help out on Nagorski.
He just kind of left Young behind on that one and needed defensive help.
That's John Erickson, number 33, coming in for Hawley, and leaving with 4 fouls is David Noreen. That's Mike Nagorski on the free throw line. His first trip there tonight. He went there. He had 14 free throws last night in the win over Jackson. He hit 11 of them.
Kriegerud, who is introduced as a forward, can easily move to guard. They can play Young and him together.
Nagorski hits them both to tie the game. 4:49 to go, third quarter. This is the 1987 Minnesota State High School Basketball Tournament.
Minnesota Class A boys basketball has been sponsored in part by Dynamic Homes. See your local Dynamic Home builder for the latest in design and energy-efficient Dynamic Home.
This is a hamburger getting hard and dry because it's cooking on a flame that's too high. Well, at Hardee's, we cook our hamburgers at a lower temperature. And right now, you can taste the difference this can make in our juicy, succulent quarter-pound cheeseburger. Yours for only 99 cents. you'll see how the flavor didn't go up in smoke. Hardee's, we're out to win you over.
See what's happening this weekend in sports. Let's all be there this weekend for sports on TV 11.
What is the team record for the most points scored in a boys tournament? Well, not 120. Not any of the rest of them, but 201 by Minneapolis Roosevelt in 1956. That would be a good weekend for Janet Carpenter. 201 points, right?
A lot of points.
Maybe 2 weekends. We're tied at 36, 4:44 to go, third quarter. Todd Young. Tried to move it in, got away from Erickson. Here come the Rangers now with Christensen leading the charge. Takes it in the paint, pulls up short, puts it up no good. Rebound was taken down by Celine. And now here comes Randy Kragerud.
Well, we're at the midpoint of the third quarter, 4-minute mark, all tied up.
They're having a little bit of problem with the Crosby-Ironton zone. They don't move the ball quite as quickly with Erickson replacing Noreen in there. Not as many ball handlers. When they get Celine out away from the basket, his best work is done inside.
Erickson getting it in for Moultrie. Comes back out. Moultrie got the rebound, and Moultrie will now go to the line shooting 2 as the foul will be called on Brian Bordwell. That'll be his third.
Moultrie earned these 2 foul shots. He was in there very aggressively.
They took a few shots.
Well, he only took 4 shots in the first half, and he's really had to earn every shot opportunity that he's gotten. They played such a collapsing zone.
The shot of Tom Critchley a moment ago, it looked like he was deep in thought, trying to think of the formula that would give his team some breathing room here. And had to scrap all the way. Crosby-Ironton has led a good share of the time.
Oh, and fell back out. Erickson. Celine. Joel Celine. Oh, what a big second half he's had. 8 points in the second half. 14 points for the night for Joel Celine. Nagorski. He's had a great second half, too.
They had Moultrie come out to play Nagorski that time because he's got a little more size and could theoretically stop those penetrating moves, but Nagorski just scoring on everybody right now.
In goes Kragerud. One thing Crosby-Ironton hasn't done in the second half is find Gindorf.
Gindorf has been a little bit quiet. A lot of his first half points also came on offensive rebounds.
And Moultrie's going to get a foul there for shoving Nagorski along the route to the basket.
Winner advances to the championship game. The loser drops to the consolation bracket. If you weren't with us for the AA this afternoon, Blaine won in 5 overtimes. They'll meet Bloomington Jefferson for the title tomorrow. Jefferson survived a pretty stiff test thrown at him by Duluth East.
John Erickson, good job there. Got a hand on the shot by Gindorf. Now Hawley can go up by 5.
John Erickson. Celine back for Young. They find Moultrie, went back for Erickson and missed, and it goes to the bench. And so that will give the ball over to Crosby-Ironton, which finds itself down by 3 with 1:43 remaining here in the third quarter. Crosby-Ironton at 21-5, Hawley at 26-0.
Now they're back in the zone, hoping that will conquer Nagorski. We're going to have to start calling him Bronco Nagorski pretty soon if he's going to be that invincible.
Here comes Young. Can't leave Kragerud open like that. He has 8. And a 5-point lead for Hawley. You can see we're inside a minute now remaining in the third quarter.
This may be their best defense against Nagorski.
Well, it's more of a 3-2 zone, too. John Erickson's playing out high on the high post area.
Both go for Stengel. Now Bowles 3 clears off for Kragerud.
And Kragerud stepped out of bounds.
So Crosby-Ironton gets the ball back with 39 seconds remaining in the quarter.
This is an important 39 seconds. Down by 5. They want to get back in it here before the end of the period. Give them a little lift.
Bordwell.
When in doubt, shoot.
4 points for Bordwell. And a 3-point separate the two teams again. Kragerud against Nagorski. And Nagorski can't believe that call.
Well, I think you might have been able to. Bordwell was the one who really reached in there, but they give it to Nagorski. Let's see if we can pick it up.
Foul number 20, Mike Nagorski. Big personal, 14 foul on the Rangers.
There's Kragerud with the ball. Nagorski on him. No, it was Nagorski that jabbed at it.
Kragerud hits one at the buzzer. 10 points for Kragerud, 8 of which came during the third quarter, and it's now 45-40 for Hawley. This is the 1987 Minnesota State High School Basketball Tournament.
Whatever happened to real food? You know the kind that just tastes real good. Don't you give me that Nouvelle cuisine. I'd rather have a steak that's rare and lean. Don't tell me where they eat in Frisco. I'd rather be in Amarillo. Give me a steak and I won't be blue. I've got a taste for some real food.
Beef, real food for real people.
If you've been waiting for a better time to buy a new Plymouth Voyager, your time is now. Because Corwin Chrysler Plymouth Isuzu has an unbeatable deal for you. No money down on Plymouth Voyagers and payments starting as low as $225 per month. And if you thought that a four-wheel drive with room and economy had to be expensive, think again. Because Plymouth Colt Vista four-wheel drives are now just $225 per month with no money down. There's never been a better time to buy. And there's never been a better place than Corwin Chrysler Plymouth Isuzu.
Here's what happened early this morning at the Civic Center. Waseca won the Battle of the Blue Jays from Jackson. The Birds, teams were up with the Birds.
I was there. Both those games were great.
Yeah, but they both nicknamed the Blue Jays anyway, and Waseca won that one. Tracy Milroy captured the nightcap over Aurora Lakes. So Waseca and Tracy Milroy in the consolation finals tomorrow morning.
I'll be there for those. Well, I was kidding about those, and I was kidding about tomorrow morning. We will be here tomorrow afternoon.
I may sneak down and see the Blue Jays. Got some roots in that city. Lefty played for the Blue Jays.
Is that right?
41.
Turnaround shot won't go. Erickson with a big rebound. Another big rebound for Erickson. Missed both the shots, though. And here come the Rangers back with Nagorski. Flipping it off for Christensen. Back for Nagorski. Erickson out to greet him as we are underway here in the fourth quarter.
Well, Nagorski is really hot. I'm sure CI is going to be looking to him.
Muscling in is Wade Stengel. First points in the second half. 6 foul for Stengel.
With those 3 guys in the umbrella out front to stop Nagorski, Crosby-Ironton's going to have to get it into Stengel and Gindorf. Foul there on Boardwell.
And if they can sneak it in behind Erickson, there are going to be 2 people covering the whole baseline area and the whole lane area. Those are the areas you want to really attack, along with the baseline.
Back in for CI, Brent Stengel replacing Boardwell.
Boardwell leaving with 4 fouls. Young goes to the line shooting 1 and 1. He has hit 2 of 4 free throws tonight. 6 of 11 for the tourney. Missed the second. Rebound, though, was snared by Moultrie. I'm sorry, by Celine, and then back out again. Four-point lead and the ball for the unbeaten Nuggets. Moultrie. Big rebound for Celine.
Celine just out-muscled Christensen underneath the offensive rebound. Now Crosby-Ironton wants to talk about it.
Want to talk about it? They are down by 6. This is the 1987 Minnesota State High School Basketball Tournament.
Hawley, Minnesota, and its business community join together in support of their high school team, the Hawley Golden Nuggets. 6'4" senior Joel Celine is sponsored in part by Celine Brothers Incorporated of Hawley. The best of luck to Joel and his teammates from all of us at Celine Brothers. 5'10" sophomore Ted Critchley is sponsored in part by Hawley Aviation. Congratulations on a great winning season. Keep up the good work. 6'3" senior Dan Wamery is sponsored in part by the Rapid Corporation. Good luck, Nuggets. You're #1 with us. 6'2" senior Tim Critchley is sponsored in part by the Clay Becker Implement Company, your John Deere dealer in Hawley, with sales, parts, service, and total lawn and garden equipment. 6'1" junior Corey Bang is sponsored in part by Kirk's Super America of Hawley. Just a quick stop on the way to the lakes for gas, groceries, tackle, and live bait.
It won't be long until we're playing baseball under the big top. Get a sneak preview of the Twins 87 edition on the Great Food Special Sunday night at 5. Joe Harowitz has put together a nice show, and you'll enjoy it.
6 minutes, 35 seconds to go here in the ball game. The Crosby-Ironton Rangers have the ball. They're down by 6. Foul called. Regerud, that'll put Gindorf on the line for the first time in the ball game. Foul on Regerud is second. And this is the first we've seen of Gindorf here in the second half, and they have sealed him off pretty good. Gindorf had 12 points in the first half. None so far here in the second.
Well, the senior center really has had an excellent state tournament, though. 2 good back-to-back games here for Mike Gindorf.
We're going to give him another shot. Somebody ducked in there too early, and it was Craigwood, I think.
The old NBA 3 chances to make 2, huh? Gindorf gets him down.
Well, the players can enter the lane as soon as the ball is released from the shooter's hand, but not before that. Used to be you had to wait till it hit the rim, but you don't have to wait that long anymore.
Trouble.
He walked. And so the Rangers have a chance to cut it to 2. Gorski and Christensen bringing it up for Crosby-Ironton. Brett Stengel. There's Christensen. Back for Brent Stengel.
Well, the baselines are wide open, but they're using that wing player to go down and trap. This is on the other side.
Nagorski's shot is short. Celine with a rebound. 5:38 to go.
That's the first time Nagorski's gotten a very good look here in the fourth quarter, and that wasn't really. That shot was taken in traffic.
Beautiful move as he spins to the basket by Stephen Molstreet.
He and Celine really complement each other well. The left-hander and the aggressive right-handed player, Molstreet.
Molstreet now has 15 points.
Both really take it up strong when they get it in there.
You have a look at that last bucket by Molstreet.
He gets a step on Gindorf, and nice and soft.
Well, at 6'4", both he and Celine are tough inside, averaging about 14 points a game each of them. Backing up Randy Craig-Arud, who comes in about 18 a game.
Gone inside 5 minutes, 4:55 to go in the ball game as Craig-Arud takes over now. Off for Young. David Doreen off for Craig-Arud.
The zone might have to be dropped soon. They're trailing by 6, and Hawley can afford to be very patient.
And a timeout for the Hawley Nuggets with 4:30 to go. This is the 1987 Minnesota State High School Basketball Tournament.
These days, a lot of long-distance companies offer volume discounts if you're good at reading the fine print. Forms, fees, access codes, restrictions. Why bother when all you have to do is dial 1 plus the number? If it's in your Northwestern Bell zone, you could save up to 20% on long distance, automatically, day or night. All-time volume discounts from Northwestern Bell. No forms, no fees, no fooling.
You don't know how to make a pizza. Oh, yeah? First, I make the bottom. Then on top, mozzarella cheese. How much? 40 pounds. Okay, 20. Then what? Lots of meat. What kind? You know, pizza meat.
Pizza's ready.
It's a small town, homegrown, made the way you make your own pizza. Tombstone.
I didn't think you could do it.
Tombstone.
This is the house that Glenn Sonmore built. St. Paul Civic Center, old home of the Fighting Saints. Nice building. It reminds you an awful lot of the Los Angeles Forum. This is a much better maintained building than the Forum in Los Angeles.
I wouldn't know. Janet and I, we haven't traveled.
Janet would know.
You been to the Forum?
Yes.
I've been to the Montreal Forum, but no.
This is nothing like the Montreal Forum. There's no signs of French here at all. Hawley has a 6-point lead with 4:15 to go.
Big steal.
Brent Stengel rides in and is fouled. It'll go to the line. He'll be shooting 2. Talk about this building. This is the building every high school basketball player in Minnesota wants to appear in. St. Paul Civic Center.
Well, Stengel came up with a nice steal here. I don't know if he realized that Nagorski was behind him, but he did a nice job of going right to the basket to draw the foul. You're right. You know, when I played in the state tournament, we had to split sites, and I was able to play here one game. Most of the girls' games, of course, were at the Met Center. But it is a special place for basketball players. And I grew up coming to the boys' tournament as an 11-year-old girl with my my brother and my father and watching the great teams, Mark Oberding and Frank Luck-Lorowitz, and it really is a dream, not only for the boys, but for the girls now, too.
Stengel has hit all 4 of his free throws tonight, and it's a 4-point ball game.
So Hawley going into a little bit of a delay there at that timeout cost him on the first possession. Crosby-Ironton trying to maintain that zone, but you're going to have to chase them a little more in earnest pretty soon.
Molstry and Celine are alternating high and low post. Molstry's very dangerous at the high post.
Brent Stengel is going to be called for a foul. Clock showing 3:14 to go. Brent Stengel, a junior. Older brother Wade, a senior.
Foul number 14, Brent Stengel. That's his first personal foul.
Crosby-Ironton takes the timeout.
Crosby-Ironton takes the timeout.
Been a tough ball game for Hawley. They have done anything but breeze in this one.
You only need to look at the expressions of the Hawley bench to know that they know they're in a battle here. Crosby-Ironton has played very well, although Nagorski has cooled off lately. His teammates have picked up the slack, and they've been able to hang in there.
I've got a question. How do you, I don't know if it's fair enough, I'm asking anyway. Now that you've seen him, Jimmy, it's hard to judge, I suppose, off 3 quarters. How well do you think Hawley would stack up with Bloomington Jefferson? That's the game everybody's talking about.
Well, hate to jump too far ahead because Blaine has a chance to go against Jefferson tomorrow, but I think it would create a whole lot of interest because you'd have 2 unbeaten teams. And I think that if Blaine should somehow beat Jefferson and you had a little school against big school championship, Hawley would certainly be favored. Taking nothing away from Blaine, but they do have a number of losses this season. So this is one of the small school years where the champion or potential champion could compete at that level.
And there we have Molstry moving from the high post down to the low post, and Celine, realizing that the position's filled, does a nice job of filling the vacancy up at the high post. I mentioned earlier, Molstry is especially dangerous on the high post because he passes so well, and they both look to each other, which at 6'4", for them to be able to pass and handle the ball like they do makes them even more of a threat.
Oh, they missed 1 and 1. Here's Crosby-Ironton down by 4 with 3 minutes left.
All alone.
Draws the foul. Couldn't get the shot down, though. Jim Christensen.
Well, they kind of drew the defense to him, did Nagorski that time, and he was able to spot Christensen alone underneath. But Christensen, being only 6'1", had to use a little bit of head faking, try and get Molstry off his feet, and he was successful.
Christensen goes to the line shooting 2.
He's the only, excuse me, Bob, he's the only junior in the starting lineup of seniors.
I was going to mention he was 0 for 3 from the free throw line last night. He took care of that whammy by getting that one home.
To bring him within a bucket. Nope.
50-47, 2:35 left. Molstry. Foul will go on Brent Stengel. So Brent picks up, I believe, his first foul.
Well, we've heard so much about Hawley's team defense, but Crosby-Ironton's defense has been really very good tonight, very solid. They've had so many people being aggressive. Jim Christensen almost came up with a steal there before the foul was committed.
Missed the front end, but Salim with a big rebound.
Boy, some costly misses, but some fortunate bounces for the unbeaten Nuggets.
Going to put Moultrie to the line again. He's probably as good as what you start taking a look at the free throws. He was 2 for 4 last night. He's 5 for 10 so far tonight.
Moultrie trying to get himself comfortable there. With Indiana's success over the last 4 years, you see a lot of the kids wiping their hands on their socks like Steve Alford does.
shot.
51-47, a 4-point lead for Hawley.
Well, the ritual worked.
Here's Nagorski. Boom.
He's tough.
18 points.
Jumper.
18 points. Threw it away. Hawley's going to get a timeout. There's Nagorski. Right up past Kriegerud and over Celine. Swish.
One tough ball player. 1:39 to go.
Well, it was only 6-1, but when he got to the corner, boy, when he made that pivot to turn to the basket, he went straight up in the air. Scored right over Joel Celine, who outmanned him by about 3 inches.
Hawley huddle. Well, the situation is this. There's a minute 39 left. It is 52-49. 3-point lead for Hawley, unbeaten.
They were talking more about how to solve Crosby's press than how they're going to play defense here. Oh, boy.
What a move. Wade Stengel got underneath and put it back.
You get a basket like that, you know, you start thinking maybe it's their night. That was a tough shot.
Kriegerud with a minute 13 to go.
Crosby-Ironton trying to draw a foul here by drawing a charge, but haven't been able to get one called.
That's not real costly. It puts Celine at the line in a pressure situation, and he's got to make them both to get them more than a 2-point lead.
First time Celine has been to the free throw line tonight. He was 2 for 4 last night at Williams Arena against Waseca. Foul, by the way, was on Christian. His third. No good. Rebound taken down by Crosby-Ironton. So 1 minute to go. They have the ball. They're down by 1. Unbeaten Hawley retreats to defense. An upset in the making here at the St. Paul Civic Center. Here's Nagorski. Shot is short. Battle for the rebound. Ripped away by Stengel.
Let's see if they try to take a timeout. They do it right now. 31 seconds.
Well, Wade Stengel coming up with that rebound in that last clutch bucket. Boy, what can you say about that except for he must really want to
I
win
still
badly.
can't believe the shot he threw in there. It wasn't a hook. It wasn't a...
I don't know what it was. I don't know if he knows what it was.
One
but
of
it
those
went
wide
in.
shots, huh?
When you're on, and it sometimes anything you throw off will go in, and some nights nothing you throw off will go in.
Knees in the corner, and then you got to come out on it.
The Hawley huddle.
Until the wing gets there. Once the wing gets there, you got to get back in there, rebound down there. We're all right, right? We've been in this situation before. All you got to do is play the top field. All you got to do is play the top field. Come on. Push on the ball. Don't be chasing.
You can feel it in the air here in St. Paul. 31 seconds to go in the half. 31 seconds rather to go in a game.
He was very matter of fact there. He just said, we've been here before. All we have to do is play the tough D. Crosby-Ironton, I can't imagine him not putting it in Nagorski's hands because he can score and he's such a great passer. He could draw the defense out and then dump it off. Let's see what happens.
Well, Nagorski has the ball right now.
Well, Gindorf and Stengel, Wade Stengel are also in there to come up with a rebound. And
they got a call Noreen for the little bounce. He traveled. Another timeout for CI.
Well, whether he traveled or not, he knocked the ball loose and was picked up by Crosby-Ironton, so they would have had the ball regardless. Down to 13 seconds now left. So you want drama? We have had drama today. We've had a 5-overtime game in which Blaine outlasted Moorhead. That was the first game of the afternoon, AA semifinals. Then Bloomington-Jefferson almost caught its lunch. It looked like he might blow out Duluth East early. They had a 14-4 lead, but the Greyhounds did not give up. They really made a contest of it.
I wonder how Ken Novak Sr.'s doing. He was on the bench today for the 5-overtime game for Blaine, in which they were victorious. And now he played for Crosby-Ironton in 1947 when they were state runners-up. He was all-tournament selection, so he's probably at least tuned in. I don't know if he's in the building.
well, there's a great turnout here from Crosby-Ironton tonight. They have been here 13 times to the state tournament, and I know in the mid-40s when my dad was playing, he was always very frustrated with CI because they always went to the state tournament and always did well.
Yeah, they had that string in the late 40s where they were awesome.
Crosby-Ironton has the ball and a chance to win with 13 seconds left.
And I'm sure one of the things Tom Critchley said in the Hawley huddle was, don't foul.
Nagorski don't waste any time. Nagorski drives it home. 6 seconds to go. And there was no doubt what Nagorski was going to do with the ball once he got it.
That was a big-time move. He just went in there, picked his spot on the backboard, and drove it in.
I don't think there was ever any doubt what he was going to do. Taking it in nice and strong. Straight up on the jumper, using the glass nicely. Mr. Clutch.
He's got that half body lean where he just seems to hang in the air. There's
like
the CI bench.
They were able to call the timeout quickly and stop the clock at 6 seconds, though.
And they do have to go baseline to baseline. It could be that sweet jumper of Fagerud coming up, or get it down to Molstry. Now this is fun.
What a wild day.
Oh, it sure has.
They may pass it front court, take another timeout. Who knows?
Well, I think Mike Nagorski's ankle's okay. What do you think?
Yeah, it's improved tremendously. Long way to go in 6 seconds. They got to hustle.
He looks cool.
Gonna miss it. Bucket will not count. Crosby-Ironton has upset Hawley. 53 to 52, and it will be the Rangers in the championship game tomorrow. Well, 1 second more, and it might be Hawley in the winner's circle.
1 second was all it was. Shot was missed by Kregerud, but it was Holster was there with the tip in.
Put it right off the glass and dropped it through, but 1 second too late. And it's an awfully long second for Hawley. This is the 1987 Minnesota State High School Basketball Tournament. You saw it. 1 second too late. The ball went through cleanly, but you also saw on the clock it was 0-0. In other words, time was gone when he let the shot go. No doubt about that. There's a guy that had the winning shot, and here we see Mike Nagorski, the winner of Dairy Queen's Most Valuable Player Award for this game. For his outstanding performance, Dairy Queen will contribute $100 in Mike Nagorski's name to the Children's Miracle Network. This donation will help our local children's hospital save